I'm so sad. I think that there's a desperation to show her on camera. And there's a desperation to show that she is doing something. So the trend these days is that the news will pick a story and say, Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman is going to visit somebody. I never seen this in the Fourth Republic. I've covered everything in the Fourth Republic. I've never seen this before. I've covered all the vice presidents. I've never seen this before.
Enti Paul Adom Otchere na wabeso DC Vice President Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman so sa no obi nim ni aba enso no wabeso esi ni so dedenden wo se amami afedi ebeso ese wako way office chese yenti ni dinti no osori anu ane so wona onenam wafa convoy no odenam se de be a ye bebu bonidin se Naana kwa ha Jane Naana koyese wasi chese Fourth Republic nyina wo hu so obi aye sa de we da mba be video no ama obi a share CBD TV patrol and then first I will share kindly subscribe. Who we are, or share no like if so Eddie Amaye.
Her Excellency, Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman says there's something they are letting her do that is really worrying me, viewers. It's worrying me. I'm so sad. I think that there's a desperation to show her on camera. And there's a desperation to show that she is doing something. So the trend these days is that the news will pick a story and say, Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman is going to visit somebody. I never seen this in the Fourth Republic. I've covered everything in the Fourth Republic. I've never seen this before. I've covered all the vice presidents. I've never seen this before. A vice president moves from the office of the president where she stays, and then she's going to visit minister and goes to sit in a minister's conference room and say, give me what? She went to visit minister for roads. The next week, Fourth Estate issued a statement that Minister for Roads is up to some serious breaches of procurement law. She didn't see that one. She didn't see that some of the companies that had been awarded big had 1 employee and 2 employees from their Senate documents. She didn't see that one. So what's the purpose of her visit? Check this. Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman has toured the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, reaffirming President Mohammed's commitment to expanding treatment and interventions for non-communicable diseases under the Mahama Care Initiative, including strengthening digital systems and the rollout of specialized cardiology centers nationwide. This is the visit. This is a photograph of the visit. She took her staff out of the Jubilee House. I'll show you the cars that they were riding in. She asked the Minister for Health to leave the health ministry and come. This is Samuel Ofuson-Pofu, her staff. This is Alex Segbefia, who is her staff. This is the CEO of the Mahama Care Trust, Bawumia. And Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman went there to go and listen to, I don't know what it is. I don't know how she can summon Bawumia to come to the Jubilee House and explain to her anything she needs to understand, that she has to physically go there. And she's going to places and nothing happens when she goes. The information that she got when she went there, she can't be told. She's wasting taxpayers' money. I'll show you that she spends more money doing that. This is 16 January. Vice President Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman arrives at the Transport Ministry to hold crucial discussions with the sector minister to find ways of tackling the transport crisis. And that meeting must be held at the minister's place. And the vice president, who is a high-profile person, moves with a lot of security, and they all have to move, spend your petrol, my petrol, and your petrol. They spend, you see, public officials don't look after themselves. So they have to exercise a lot of prudence in how they move about, how they travel, how they do all that, because they do not look after themselves. They don't buy their own travel tickets. They don't buy their own petrol. And that is fair. We understand. It is called the perquisites of their office. We understand it. The perquisites of their office, they can have it. But you can't misuse it. And I dare say that the vice president consistent visiting to public officials is a misuse of the public fund. Complete misuse of it. How can't a vice president summon somebody to come to her office and talk, and then she's visiting people? What's the meaning of that? I mean, why? Obey you, Ghana. So this is January 16. Let me show you another one. Vice President Professor Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman visits Ministry of Youth and Development Empowerment to engage stakeholders on ongoing initiatives aimed at empowering Ghanaian youth. Oh, what is that? Then this one. Vice President Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman arrives at Ministry of Works and Housing to continue her working visit, engaging leadership on infrastructure delivery, housing development, and policy coordination. What is this? Then this one, VIP, Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman, meets Education Ministry, big talks on reform and priorities. She went to meet Education Ministry. She couldn't resolve the problem between Haruna Idrisu and the Get Fund boss. For the Get Fund boss to say that I do not report to Haruna Idrisu, and there's so much tension between Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance, and she goes to start education. She does nothing about the most important issue, which is a tension between the wallet of the government held by the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Education. So what's the visit for? I mean, I'm making 2 points. First, the visit is unnecessary, and two, it achieves nothing. It's just photograph opportunity. I understand that there's a desperation to have the vice president be seen to be doing something. Of course, behind her shadows is Dr. Bawumia, who was vice president to Akufo-Addo. Many people have said, many scholars have said, books have been written that in the Fourth Republic, Muhammadu Bawumia was the most effective vice president. I think she wants to compare with that. No problem, that's fine. She should think of an initiative. People say Bawumia was effective because he was able to create an initiative, which we are all doing. Interoperability. Today, I take my phone, I send mobile money, I'm MTN, I send to you, Tigo, it will go. Before Bawumia, it didn't go. Before Bawumia, it didn't go. All the many aspects of digitalization. ECG. Look at how ECG has been digitalized so that you can sit in your house and buy your ECG meter. That's Bawumia's initiative. Did Bawumia visit Minister for Communication, Minister for Physics, Minister for this, before he was able to achieve that? No, he sat in his office with his team. They planned it. They worked on it day and night. And then it became reality. And we are all enjoying it. If they want the vice president to do something like that, she's a professor. She's an intelligent woman. She can create something. But why are they sending her that, madam, come and let's go. Come on, come and let's go. So what are we doing today? Vice President's office. Good morning. Madam, what are we doing today? Oh, today we are going to Ministry of Roads. From there, we'll go to Mahama Care Fund. And then from there, we'll also visit the Ministry of Education. That's the Vice President's schedule, visiting ministries that she can summon to her office. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? Well, Vice President visits Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. She went there too. Okay, so this is the story. Viewers, have a look at this. Can you show it to them on the screen? Then you can see. Yeah. So that to the left is the Jubilee House where the Vice President stays. Now, when she's moving, this is the number of cars that will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Petrol. Big cars, not small cars, not small engine cars, big diesel consuming energies. This is what they are doing. Why does she have to do that? Why does she have to spend taxpayers' money, put petrol in all this, and be moving around Accra, disturbing everybody? You are going for one meeting. In Accra these days, you cannot hold 2 meetings a day. When I started working, you can hold 4 meetings a day. Today, you can't hold 2 meetings because when you pass here, all the ministers are in motorcade. And then the vice president comes to add. She's going to visit. She's visiting and blocking traffic, disturbing everybody. What's the point? And at the end of the visit, nothing comes out of anything. Nothing. She went to Ministry of Roads. The next day, 4 Thursday, say there's 73 billion corruption. Go and look at it. She didn't see it. She should have found out. She should have asked Kwame Agbojada, listen, your companies for big push that are Ghanaian, can you give me a profile of them? Then tell her, Alessandra, check the profile of all these companies and let us know. Then Alessandra comes and says, madam, Charlie, some of the companies, then she'll call Kwame Agbojada. Some of these your companies, it doesn't work. If this information comes out, Joy FM are going to attack us for nothing. City FM will attack us for nothing. News file, they'll be talking about it. She didn't do that. She just went to sit down and visit, drink water and have a conversation. And they say she went to visit. And then look at the amount of taxpayers' money that went in. You know, I mean, as for me, I'm a nobody. I'm just saying it may not get anywhere. But I'm just sharing with you, viewers. Is that how we want our country to be run? Is that how we want we are the nobodies who are out of power. But is that how we want our country to be run? Is that what we used to see? This is how we want our country to be run? That the vice president will fuel all her cars and drive out of Jubilee House and be driving, visiting here, achieving zero. Why? This is the situation. Final one. All of these ministries that she visited, they all report into the chief of staff. What is wrong with they coming to the office of the president with one vehicle from the Ministry of Roads, Kwame Agbojada? He will drive Ministry of Roads past National Theatre, go straight, he'll get to TV3, turn down there, go straight. Those of you who live in Accra, you know the route I'm talking about. And then he comes to Kanda, and then he'll go to Jubilee House and say, madam, I'm here, sir. Hey, Kwame Agbojada, come inside. Alex, you guys come, let's deal with Kwame. Hey, Kwame, what's going on with the roads? And you settle it. Or you put your team together. Let's develop something for Ghana. How many cars use the Ghana road every day? We don't even know that. In Ghana, we are very low on statistics. We don't know how many cars use our roads every day. We don't know. The road, those of you live in Accra, the road from Medina to Accra Central, how many cars pass on it every day? We don't know. How many cars gather at the 37 station? We don't know. How many cars are in KJTR? We don't know. How many cars are driving on the Asokwa Road? We don't know. How many cars actually move from Accra to Kumasi? We actually don't know. That's so embarrassing. The vice president can take this up and build the data for transport. That look, let's find a company that will give us the full data. When I used to work in London, they will tell you that 3 million people use the underground every morning. 3 million. They know. They actually know. How do they know? They count. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So they can plan. It is about planning. You have to know the numbers using the facility so that you can plan. That is a job lying down. She can pick it up. But what is this going to visit? Oh, please. Madam Vice President, I'm sorry. I beg you. I really love you. But this one is a no. No. You are the first woman vice president. We are all proud of you. You are a professor for me. When you became vice chancellor at Kivas, I didn't know you. Had never heard of you. I jumped. That, hey, a woman has become vice chancellor. I was so excited. And then I was told that you were the one who interviewed Rawlings in 1997 on Radio Gold. The first ever interview Rawlings granted. It was you who interviewed her on Radio Gold. I was told when I was celebrating the professor who has become vice chancellor at KNU, at Kivas, I was told that, oh, but she's the lady who interviewed Rawlings. I was very happy. When you were doing the IEA debate, I watched you and I liked your posturing. When you became Minister of Education, you and I fought a little bit over using tree language to do all that. But I love you dearly, madam. They are letting you do the wrong thing. Please, madam, I beg you, create something. You have 2 years to go. Create something. I can't say you have 2 years to go. You might be retained as vice president by the next NDC presidential candidate. I will encourage him to do so because you are great. But they have to get you to do something more serious, madam. I salute you, madam. Have a good night.
Yes. And to Paul Adom Otchere and well lay down. The grievances about Mameno, ne oko office way from one office to the other with the convoy and all that no. Wakani. But after watching the video, he is but not entirely wrong. Say. Mimi wuni se Mameno, they are not marketing her enough, and I say yen tine hun sem bebre. O ye nyama bi o hono ma yen tintino ne press secretary. Mamia ma prat no asan so ye maame ne spokesperson no omu ntumi nka maame no nia ye bebre e ma ye ntene nka chese maame no abandon markets initiative na omu ye no maame no ne office e na handle sa issue no sa sanitary pad ye chiche mankra yi maame ye ne office e na handle sa ade no e na 24-hour initiative no and also maame no ono a no handle ntini spokesperson no omu mbo ade a maame no ye no hu dero bebre e ma ye nte se enima bi koso a efri maame no office e na eba but nkofo dream say she's just sitting aloof doing nothing so wahu na se sa baby o ka se okọ from office to office no yeah it's good because se okọ no krompa unannounced krompa and my workers no all the time no they will sit up. So much is a high authority be bar, and that's what so a high authority be to me be peer. So all of a sudden, ye ni all the time, no, and was say, ye near my ye. So I think, sir, the Vice President Jane Naana Opoku Agyeman, she should be projected more. What you said? It is no waste of money, said the Paul Adom Otchere Ekano. No waste of money. And then again, no, as our sons to be first-hand information about certain things be to communicate to the president. What you say? Enti no sana me de me hu niam as ba de aye ha adwen wade ni mu nyina ne se wo ko baby and enti na wo ko fa cars bako sa 8 ye fuel ni nyina just say taxpayers money na mu use no just like that and hanum say na ya many politicians as you know what you are doing no is for a good cause. What is so wrong with your what fabulous so at most 2 cars wo any ngofo kakra bi na oni omoko enti cars bako sa 8 na mo fuel ni nyina enti no modernam from this ministry to the other ministry not just say for what reason and na ya meka no enye musika taxpayers money enti no se mu use to a excuse me to say mu fa adwen bia nto no se mu use se ska de wa amre na se wunya wo use no anyhow na se yade nka ye omo pocket sika na omu yi e de fuel cars no any other things omu benya anasa akade a omu pese wo munya ansa na omu akone sika ni nyina from pocket e na eba and I don't think say omu be fa these much cars. No more fueling in now, so am you say, yeah, Vice President Nebano. What is so wrong? Say, we for just about 2 cars. What for 2 cars spill? Na for yes, I do na. And just like he's saying, say, I do you so it yields no result. I know you and I were not there, Bawumia Bessie. What I say, it yields no results. Because you so call a day no costi, a day he answer what pay or more visit. Now what is going on? After that, what next? Well, you met me a can no patcho for I didn't so brown so chill wadring MI or comment section or no more. Now we are washing what like it am I fefe. Thank you so much for watching.